just kind of clanks to the right.
If he hit on the green, it would be something of a miracle.
He's lining up to the right to hit that draw he normally hits.
He's weak. That is a harsh thing to say, and these are not weak players. These are some of the biggest names golf has ever seen. Some won majors, some became icons. Some had talent that other players could only dream about. On their best days, they looked unbeatable. But Peter Kostis saw something most fans missed. Kostis did not just watch the ball fly. He watched the hands. He watched the grip. He watched the body. He watched the choices players made when the pressure rose. For years, he studied golfers up close, both as a coach and on TV. And he believed that pressure pulled the truth out of them. When it mattered most, some legends showed real cracks. And if stories like this deserve more heat, use the hype feature and give this video hype, because this one is about the moments golf legends could not hide from. Here's the big idea. A good golf swing is one smooth chain. The power starts in the feet. It moves up through the knees and the hips. Then it flows into the chest and the arms, all the way to the club. When a golfer feels calm, that chain runs on its own. The body just moves. But when fear creeps in, the player starts thinking about each part of the motion. He tries to steer it by hand. And that thinking is where things fall apart. A swing that should feel easy turns stiff and slow. Start with the most famous fall of all, the 1996 Masters. Greg Norman walked into the final round with a 6-shot lead. 6 shots. The green jacket looked like a sure thing. Then he shot a 78 and lost to Nick Faldo. Most people call it a choke. Kostis saw more than that. He saw it coming in the hands. In the opening round, Norman shot a 63. That round tied the course record. To do it, he used a stronger grip. A stronger grip helped him hit a smooth draw. It kept the ball from slicing away. It let the club turn through the shot on its own. It made the swing simple and safe. But pressure does strange things. As the days went on, Norman slid back to his old, weaker grip. He did not choose to do it. The nerves did it for him. That weaker grip made it harder to square the club face on its own. Now he had to fix the club by hand through impact. That is a hard job under pressure. By Saturday afternoon, his grip was all the way back to its old shape. He started missing on both sides, left then right. The research calls this a two-way miss. It is the worst kind of miss in golf. You do not know which way the ball will go, so you cannot even aim around it. At Augusta, that is deadly. The course needs exact shots, and he could not guess where the ball was going. So his mind did not just shake his nerve. His mind changed his swing. There is more. Kostis had pointed out the grip change on TV. He even warned that Sunday could go wrong. Norman heard about it on Sunday morning. Before the biggest round of his life, Norman called CBS producer Frank Cherkinian to complain. Kostis saw that as a bad sign. If a player is angry about TV talk on the morning of a major, his focus is already gone. Norman was guarding his pride instead of thinking about golf, and the round proved it. Now meet Patrick Reed. His weakness was not in his swing, it was in his choices. On the No Laying Up podcast, Kostis said he had seen Reed improve his lie up close 4 times. He named big moments: the 2016 Barclays, the Travelers Championship, the Farmers Insurance Open. Look at the 2016 Barclays. On the 13th hole, Reed drove into thick rough, a bad spot. Then, while he looked like he was just picking a club, he grounded club after club behind the ball. The research says this flattened the grass. A hard lie turned into an easy one. A tough little layup became a clean 3-wood shot. Kostis said on the broadcast that the first lie never would have allowed the shot Reed then hit. The research says a like thing happened at Torrey Pines. Reed set clubs behind his ball over the green. A hard chip became a simple one. The research frames it like this: Reed could not accept a bad break. Most players take their medicine. They play safe and move on. But when Reed got a bad lie, the research says he changed the ground instead. He kept his image as a winner, but he did it by fake means. He bent the world around him so he would not have to face a hard shot. The research also says TV crews often stayed quiet in the moment. They did not want to become the story. So the behavior went on, year after year. It is worth saying these are claims made by Kostis and laid out in the research, but the picture is clear. This is a different kind of weakness, not panic. A refusal to live with a poor shot. Next is Steve Stricker. For years, people called him one of the best putters in golf. Smooth, calm, trusted, but pressure went after the smallest part of his game. The spot was the 2009 playoff at Colonial against Tim Clark. Both men struggled on the greens that day. Clark left a key putt short and pulled another one, but Kostis pointed at Stricker. He said that, even for an elite putter, Stricker's work from 3 to 5 feet under heavy pressure was worse than mediocre. Here's why short putts are so cruel. They need calm, quiet hands. They need the arms to move as one smooth piece. When the hands get tight, the stroke stops being smooth. The putter face can turn, and from 3 feet, that tiny turn is enough to miss. The research has a name for it. Under pressure. The muscles in the forearms fire against each other. One side pulls while the other side pushes. That fight makes the stroke jerk. The trail arm drifts out of line. The face twists at the last second. From close range, the ball slides past the hole. A putt that looks like a gimme turns into a miss in front of the whole world. So Stricker proves a hard truth. Even a player's best skill can break when fear gets into the body. Last is Tiger Woods, and here we must be fair. Tiger is one of the greatest players in history. No one doubts that. But Kostis still saw a warning sign. Over the years, Tiger kept changing swing coaches, and each new coach was younger and had less experience than the last. He went from Butch Harmon to Hank Haney, then to Sean Foley, then to Chris Como. Kostis called that pattern a red flag. To Kostis, it showed a need for control. Instead of giving himself over to one mentor, Tiger seemed to want to run every part of the lesson himself, under hard scrutiny. And as his body started to break down, Tiger tried to think his way through the swing. He tried to turn feel into a math problem. He wanted to control the face, the path, the motion, every small piece. But golf does not work like that. A swing that is fully under the mind's control is a swing that has lost its flow. Too much thinking can kill natural feel. Kostis saw the same problem in another player. Webb Simpson had his swing coach act as his caddy during rounds. Kostis did not like it at all. He said he wanted his players playing golf, not golf swing. A coach on the bag means the player cannot trust his own swing. He needs help in his ear at all times. That is not a sign of strength. It is a sign of doubt. That brings the point home for Tiger. The greatest player of his time still could not fully let go. At some point, too much thinking becomes its own kind of weakness. The mind that wants to control everything ends up trusting nothing. So what does all this tell us? These were not small players. Norman was brilliant. Reed could hit brave, bold shots. Stricker had real, soft touch. Tiger was historic. Each one earned his place at the top of the game. Their talent was real, and so was their success. No one is taking their wins away. But Kostis had a trained eye. He could see what pressure pulled to the surface. A grip that slipped, a lie that looked too good, hands that got tight, a head with too many swing thoughts. That is the lesson hiding in all 4 stories. A grip can be trained on the range, a putt can be drilled for hours. But all of that practice only counts if the player can trust it when the heat is on. Golf does not only test your skill, it tests your mind. The body can only hide so much. When the pressure is real, the truth comes out. One man's hands betray him. One man bends the rules. One man's putter shakes. One man thinks himself to a standstill. And Kostis, more than anyone else in the game, knew exactly where to look.